Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, we're doing a video today of a makeup look for Valentine's Day, or for Galentine's Day if you're going to be with your girl, or for a date night whenever you want to go on a date with your man. And in this video, it's also a collaboration with my good friend Jebeth, that she did a video of outfit ideas for Valentine's Day, and her sister, my best friend Deholmys, which did a DIY brunch for Valentine's Day. Hey ladies, we're gonna, get excited because we're about to beat this face down. We're gonna beat this face. First step, as you can see, I don't have any eyebrows, so the first thing I do is I do my eyebrows, and what we're going to start with is with the Anastasia's brow definer in the triangular brown pencil, and I like, in the color medium brown, and I like to line the bottom of my eyebrows first, and then the top of my eyebrows. And then, excuse the face, the flash was way too bright for me, and I had to turn that off real quick. So as I was saying, I like to line the bottom, then the top, and then I start to fill it in. And then as I'm going closer to the beginning of my eyebrow, I like to blend that out so it could be seamless. And then you can see that I'm jamming, because if you don't got music while you're doing your makeup, then I don't know what you be doing, girl. You're doing it wrong. Anyways, for concealer to clean up my eyebrows, I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I just like to use this to clean up my eyebrows, and I'm going real slow here, making sure that, I'm going on a straight line, and as you can see, it's all cleaned up at the bottom. And now we're gonna do the top and just clean it up. And at this point, you're just kind of shaping the eyebrow until you're satisfied. There we go. Eyebrows on fleek. Yes, girl, work it. Eyebrows on fleek. Next, I like to prime my eyes with the same concealer I used to clean up my eyebrows. And I just, I do this step so the eyeshadow can be more show up better on my eyelids. And I just use my finger to blend that all out, and I blend the bottom, the top, just overall, all over your eye. And we look like a ghost, but we still looking good. We're gonna look good. And then I use the Airspun loose face powder to set that concealer, to make sure there's no creasing when I put that eyeshadow on, because my eyelids do get a little oily, so this helps prevent creasing. So then you're gonna put on some chapstick, especially since we're in the winter time. You don't wanna be on a date with chapped lips. Mwah. Yes, girl. Now you're gonna use your Too Faced chocolate bar palette, and it smells so good, so good. You just want to eat it. Oh yes, girl. Yeah, lick it up, girl. Just plain. And you're gonna go with the color Milk Chocolate for your crease, and you just want to blend that out and just stay in your crease, and make sure that you blend that until there is no line. Alright, now I'm going with this MAC eyeshadow from the Selena collection in the color Selena, which is this beautiful purple, and I thought it was appropriate for Valentine's Day. And I'm gonna keep it on the outer corner of my eye and slowly drag it in. And we're kind of gonna do like a halo kind of look. So from the outer corner inward, and then from the inner corner outward, so we're not really touching the middle of the eyelid. We're just keeping it from the inner corner and the outer corner and on your crease. And you're just gonna blend that out and keep adding the eyeshadow until you're satisfied of how much purple you have on your eyelid. And here I'm just blending, making sure that it looks good and that I'm satisfied. Just keep blending, keep blending. Blending is the key to any makeup look you're trying to do. As you can see, I really haven't touched the middle of my eyelids, just keeping it around, you know, kind of like a halo. Making sure it's blended well, that there are no lines. And now I'm gonna go in back to the chocolate bar palette, and I'm using the color Marzipan. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and using it for the center of my eyelid, and just keeping it in the center. You know, what you do to one eye, you do to the other. Just keeping that beautiful color in the middle of the eyelid, and also blending it, making sure there are no lines. Now we're gonna go with the glitter, you know, with the most important part of this look. And I love glitter. If you love glitter, this look is for you. So the glitter that I'm using is from the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art in the color 090 in Burnished, it's called. And look at that. It's like a nice antique gold, maybe. Just keep putting it on there until you're satisfied with how much glitter you have on your eyelid. You can go for more, you can go for less, whatever floats your boat. And here I was freaking out because my glitter had transferred, and I was so upset. Like, you can see it in my face that I'm like trying to figure out how to clean it. So I just kind of used my finger to clean that up. It was pretty easy to take off, so it wasn't that bad. Yep. So just be careful when you're applying glitter because it can transfer. Just wait for it to dry before you start making crazy faces. And there we go. And then I use that same purple for my under eye. And just smoke that out a little bit. And I just kept it in the outer part of my under eye. And then for the inner part, I used the Marzipan, you know, to just, so it wouldn't look dark. Even though the purple isn't dark, but you know, just to brighten up the eyes. And then I use the same Marzipan color from the chocolate bar palette to highlight under my eyebrows. To highlight the brow bone, you know. Yes, girl. And dab, dab, dab. Hey. And then I used the Mary Kay eyeliner pen in the color MK Black to do a cat eye. At first I was gonna go for like a small cat eye because I kind of wanted for the main focus to be on the eyeshadow and the glitter. But then, as you can see, I just extended it out because I messed up on one eye. So, you know, you kind of have to make both eyes look the same. So that's what happened here. And then for my waterline, I just used any black eyeliner pencil I had. And that was it. And then for my face, to prime, I used the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. I just put this all over my face and on my neck, just to have something that the makeup could adhere to and my makeup could stay on longer. And then for my pores, I'm using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and I use this because I have large pores, and I just put a little bit on my finger, and then I just put it around my T-zone because that's where I mostly get oily and where I have the most pores. And here I already have my spots concealed with concealer, and I just use my beauty blender to blend that out. And for foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me 315 Soft Honey and Dewy Smooth. And I have oily skin, but I couldn't find the matte and poreless one, so this one had to do. And I am running out, as you can see. I'm like patiently trying to get the foundation out. And in the summer, I usually use a 330 in Toffee Caramel, but since it's winter, I use a 315 Soft Honey. And I'm angrily trying to get this foundation out. And I just put this all over my face with my beauty blender. In here, I already have my concealer ready. And I just use, once again, my beauty blender to blend everything out where I want my face to be highlighted, and also to conceal any under eye circles. And just blending it out with my beauty blender. And not under eye circles, I mean under eye bags. And just blend this all out, making sure that it's seamless. And then once I finish blending that out, I use the part of the beauty blender where I applied my foundation, kind of to go back into the to help blend my concealer and make sure that there aren't any lines, just so everything could look flawless. And then for contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette in light to medium, and I just really use all three of the dark shades. And I like to put this around my hairline, blend that all out, and then under my jawline and under my chin, you know, making sure that I'm hiding the double chin. And I like to also contour my nose very lightly. And then I like to use my finger to blend that out. Make sure that, you know, it's not noticeable that I just contoured my nose. And then for baking, I'm using my Real Techniques beauty blender, and I'm also using the Airspun loose powder to bake the face. And I like to take this time to make sure that I'm just cleaning up my contour. And then I went back to put the purple under my eyes, and then take this time to curl my lashes, and then put my falsies on. And the ones that I'm using are from a brand called Andrea that I just found at my local CVS, and they were on sale, so I just picked those up, and they were very natural looking because I like using natural looking false lashes. And then I just put some Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. In here, I'm just knocking off my Airspun loose powder, and then just making sure that everything looks blended and flawless. And I use a big brush for this. And then for blush, I am using, what am I using? Oh, I'm using the Naked Flushed palette in the color Native. And then for a highlight, I'm using the Wax Up in from Benefit, and I'm just putting this on my cheeks where I want it to be highlighted, and also on the tip of my nose and on the bridge of my nose. I also put this on my Cupid's bow and on my chin. And then since that wasn't enough highlight, I went back to the chocolate bar palette and used the color Marzipan once again, and I just put that on top. And here you can see the highlight is on fleek, yes. And then here I was trying to be cute and almost broke my neck. But anyways, this is how the look came out. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and for my lips, I used the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream and added Baba. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to see more videos. Bye.